Yes, the mic is working. Hello. If you heard the sound of plastic tearing just now, that was the sound of me opening up a brand new box of tea, one I've never had before. Exciting. One that a friend of mine is always talking about. That I'm finally going to try for the very first time live on camera. Oh, nope. Don't turn off. There you go. Good mug warmer. I love you, mug warmer. You're the best. Seriously, this thing's great. Okay. Oh, what? The music wasn't playing? Alright. We're gonna skip through the like half of this. Yeah, we get it. Bruno Battlehammer. Cool. Awesome. Oh, I need to get this other one going too. Oh no. Oh good. I thought I just launched the wrong game. Yeah, it's weird that the jukebox even has that fast forward like sound feature. I wonder if that's just like incidentally that we have that, but it's weird, right? It's a Monday on a Tuesday. Yeah. It does feel like that. I slept poorly last night. And I already have a bit of a headache waking up today. So, honestly, I might not be, like, in the most cheery of moods. But I'm here. I'm here to do the thing. And may I say a good morning to Garth Mindfeather, and Starchaser, and Jamie Unyielding, and Nighthawk, and Foolish Genius, and Redsfan, and Rajuvi. Especially you today, Rajuvi, because we're going to talk about a thing that you showed me. And Kokshal Bayram, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, over on YouTube. Hello! Who is apparently coming to us from Turkey. That's cool. Hello, Turkey! Hello, Banana Mobster. Hello, the Thor Out. Hello, Loyal Creebop. Oh. Nope. Don't do that just now. Hold on. Give me that theme song. Yeah! Alright! There we go! Yeah!
Here's a man.
A man?
Puts a big bee to shame.
Ooh, it puts that baby to shame! Yeah!
His head's a match
Magic!
Idle champions is gay.
Magic is the name of my cat as well!
He's got a company.
I'm gonna stop that.
Wearing a swim
That was a little bit too manic, I think. His advice is on point, like a magic missile. That is not good for my headache. Got questions for you. Well, I'm glad you do. It keeps me employed. Mars, we need your guidance too. From your guidance. No, I haven't gotten the coffee. I just get a little rebellious when I'm tired. Oops. Okay. Yeah, back to Prince of the Abyss. And then we do this. And then I got a little surprise for y'all today. Not a huge deal, but you'll see. Anyway, let's do it. Greetings, champions. Welcome to Mars Guiding Hand. I'm Mars. This is Untitled Chapter of the Forgotten Realms, the free-to-play, officially licensed Dungeons & Dragons formation strategy management video game from Codename Entertainment. On this show, we take a look at the latest content, discuss strategies, and answer any questions that you may have about the game. So get cozy, grab a drink, and join me for a little while as we talk about all things Idle Champions. I'm excited to try this. This is a brand new tea for me. Darjeeling. I've never had it before. Somehow, it's a classic, but I've just never had it before. Despite all my years of being a tea lover. Yeah, so good to see y'all. Today is Tuesday, May 3rd, 2022. It's episode 189. Let me make sure my game versions are correct this time. They are. Good. We've got some things to discuss today. First of all, I'd like to thank Jordan for being here, as always. My morning mod. There's something there, but I'm not smart enough to figure it out. Hi, Jordan. Thank you for doing what you do. Jordan is moderating, producing, and catching questions for us. So if you have questions, please put them in Twitch chat, and Jordan can catch them and put them in the backstage questions document for me as well. Salem says hello. Awesome. I don't know where my cat is. Mine is missing at the moment. He's somewhere. He comes and goes. He's fine. He likes to roll around in the dirt outside. Because he's a dog. He's a cat that thinks he's a dog. Anyway. Two major things. One, we're retiring my Epic account today. I still have it up right now. Oh yeah, I'm answering that foolish genius right now. I still have it. This is my Epic account. And it's either going to be totally reset, or I'm going to start playing a new account on a totally different platform. Yeah. But I figured before we actually wrap this one up and send it on its way, we should review basically the experience. It was a 6-month journey going from December 1st, 2021 to now. I'm going to say that May 1st was the last one, just so we can make it a nice, clean 6 months span. Okay. And over on my Steam account, we've got something else entirely to discuss, which is this. Welcome, everyone, to Cridle DPS. My, apparently, strongest DPS. It still hurts my brain to think about this. I was working on this yesterday. I'm not sure I can explain this. Y'all know every time, and I mean every time I've talked about Cridle, I've made some smarmy, cheeky joke or comment. Cridle's basically a meme status character. like Delana and Rosie, etc. We have been joking about Krydle being bad for years. We were wrong. God help us. We were wrong. We were wrong. May Krydle have mercy on our souls. Yeah, so, if you are looking at this and you're confused, you're in good company. I am too. But I promise you, this is legitimate. I did not do offline progress to get this far. I have not used Jimothy strats. No, this was just... I put together a team of champions like you would for any other DPS champion, and I just made my DPS Krydle. And this is where we got to. I would like to mention my previous highest stage ever reached was 1,280. And that was with Ashara DPS. It bears mentioning that my Ashara is also full legendaries. With, like, high legendary levels. Like, I think level 6 is my lowest. And one of these is, like, level 12? And she's got item levels, like, average item level over 5,000. I can't seem to beat 1318. So this seems to be my wall here. Now, I haven't done Baylot stacking. I did do that at one point, but it's tedious, and my team died, so I lost my stacks, and I was like, I don't want to do it again. So I haven't bothered trying that any further. I did get my Orkira farming, though. I got my Orkira stacked up to 24, 1E24 healing done, using Artemis, Archon, Narak, and a bunch of Onul Korea and a bunch of magic attacking DPS characters. So I got her healing up really high, and I got everyone on the feast that they're supposed to have. I think. Hold on, my Freely might not be correct right now. Yeah, because I did do an Azaka farm on 1310. Not 1315 because the enemies there have ranged attacks. So it kept destroying my formation after I set up the Azaka farm, even with pushing them back and slowing them and all that. Make sure this one's, yep, that's on Violence Drain. Okay, cool. Well, let's see if let's just try resetting. Now that my Freely's on the correct feast, let's see if they actually stand a chance here. Anyway, yeah, and you might notice Torgar is also here. Because sure, that makes sense, I guess. Yeah, so, welcome. Welcome to the dawn of Krydle DPS. Which I don't think most of us were expecting. What are my Krydle items? Here you go. Level 185, Shiny, slot 1. Oh, they're all epic, first of all epic. 156, slot 2. 220, slot 3, 247, Shiny, slot 4, 227, slot 5, 163, slot 6. However, I want to mention that his average item level is 200 right now. It was average item level 100 when I started this run. And then I just threw a bunch of blacksmithing contracts on him, but only after I got to my wall here in the hopes that I'd be able to push past. And I was not. So... it was actually just 100. What's Torgar doing for Krydle? I think it's the Blood Rage. Let's see. Yeah, Torgar is a Blood Rage. Wasn't the Blood Rage? This made sense when I put him in here, but now I've been awake for 20 minutes, and it doesn't make sense. Hey, Rajuvi, help me out. Why do we use Torgar? It made sense to me when I was setting this up yesterday. But now I'm barely conscious, and I don't remember. But, I mean, I could just put somebody else in here. Hey, Beetle and Grim. Let's see if that goes any better. Yeah, this whole thing is still mystifying to me. And I'm hoping that by all of us communicating about it on Guiding Hand this week, and maybe over on the Discord, we'll be able to figure out what the heck is going on. It all has to do with Kreidl's smoke bomb, I believe. His smoke powder bomb, which is a secondary part of his basic attack. It's like, I don't know, it's like double dipping into debuffs or something. I wasn't able to get this far with any other DPS. I've tried. I've tried Zorba DPS. I've tried Artemis DPS, Ashara DPS, Prawn DPS. Nope. Furthest I ever got before this was 1280 with Ashara DPS, so yeah, I'm not understanding what's going on here. Oh, Rejuvi, Blood Rage debuff and Resistance attack for Kreidl. Yeah. Yeah, let me take a look at the Blood Rage again. Oh, if Torgar fails to kill an enemy, he adds a mark of Tiamat to them, increasing damage taken from all champions by 300%. I guess that's it. Just the 300% boost. Yeah. So not a lot. Yeah, it's if I seem puzzled today on the show, it's because I am. It's because, like, I actively worked on this yesterday. And I left it so that I could show it off on stream today. And I still don't really understand it. It's bizarre. Somehow, at some point, like, Kreidl went from a joke character to apparently my strongest DPS. So, we're gonna be exploring that. We have some leftover questions, by the way, so I'm gonna need to get through those, I guess, while I am, struggling with this formation here. Let's put on a potion. Oh, wait, we're getting kills now. Might actually be able to get past this. That would be nice. Onward and upward. Alright. 919 question, Mars. When can you touch the topic about Mojon automation? Soon. Soon. Especially because we're retiring one of my accounts today. The priority of doing an episode focused on Mojon automation is increasing. Definitely jumped up the list. Mr. Remorse. Yes, I remember this one, Mr. Remorse. I hope that you're around. We had a person ask last week, Kreidl's posse as a new player, getting stuck at stage 100. How can I push through with not many champions? So one of the things that I'm going to do today is do a Kreidl free play on my Steam account, and then we can explore. Oh my god, we just beat 1318. Okay, so this is still going then, and then we can explore how to set up a team using only the starting plus Hitch plus current event champions for the Kreidl's posse variant. We'll use a free play to simulate it. Yes, we are retiring the Epic account, Camero. Do it on the new account? Oh yeah, I guess I actually could. That's a good idea. That way I don't have to actually end this one. Cool. Yeah, I like that. I mean, I've got tokens to burn anyway, so why not? Do that right now, in fact. My boy Krydle all grown up. Yeah? Yeah, he did so sneakily, which makes sense, he's a rogue. Yeah, he really sneaked up on us. Apparently, Krydle's somehow actually really good. Although I don't understand it. So Krydle's Posse variant of the Grandfather Acorn costs 1,250 leaves. Complete area 175. Krydle starts out in the formation and cannot be moved, removed, or swapped out. Only chambers of the Christmas core of 12 to 16 can be used. Yes, Litus, exactly. We suspect that there's something weird going on with Smoke Bomb. That the scaling is different, or the kind of damage it deals is different somehow. Smoke Bomb has always double dipped on debuffs? Really, Ailey? He's always been... If it's true that Krydle has always been this way, then this has got to be one of the best-kept secret DPS characters of all time for Idle Champions. Of all time. It's incredible. Alright. So we got this going so far. Let's check back in on my Steam account, and we're at 1322, and things are moving right along. Okay. Wow. Yeah, so cheers everyone. Enjoy Krydle DPS, apparently. Can't believe the day has come that I'm showing off Krydle DPS on stream. Cats and dogs living together. Whoa! So this is Darjeeling from Twinnings. It's my first time I've ever had this. Oh! A small but vibrant town in the Indian state of West Bengal, located in the foothills of the Himalayan mountains. Huh. First flush teas. There's 3 growing seasons called flushes. First flush teas are harvested in March following the spring rains and have a fresh, lively taste. Second flush teas are harvested in June and have a mellow muscatel flavor. Autumn flush teas are rich and smooth, but bolder in flavor. Our Darjeeling combines teas from the first and second flushes to yield a sophisticated tea with a woody aroma and slightly dry, delicate taste. Yeah. Oh. Oh, that's really good. Wow. It's like sweet and earthy. And I would agree that it says dry, because it's like... I mean, obviously it's wet, it's a liquid, but like after taking a sip, my mouth almost immediately dries out. Man, I could get addicted to that. That's fantastic. Holy cow, I've been missing out for years. Yeah, alright, let's get to actual questions. So, starting with, while the madness on screen plays out, J-Mick Unyielding. Hey Mars, bit serious today. Okay. What do you do when you're angry and upset about something you have basically no control over? Might not even affect you personally, but just in general. Also saw a comment that someone didn't even recognize Krydle. Well, I make him a little bit more recognizable for you. There you go. It's a cool skin, but yeah, it's very different. What do you do when you're angry and upset about something you have basically no control over? Might not even affect you personally, but just in general. Yeah. Yeah, there's been a lot of that for the past, well, forever, really. Speaking only for myself, when I recognize that I am in a position of powerlessness to affect the world around me in some particular direction, in some particular way, of course I get upset about it. Of course I get storming mad about it. But what helps me get through those times is recognizing that I do have power over some things. For example, this show allows me a bit of an oasis from whatever dire news might be out in the world, while also allowing me to spread a little joy to people. Like, I know there's some of y'all who watch the show just for me. Not for Idle Champions, but just because you want to hang out with me. And I love that. Thank you so much. And it genuinely helps my mental health to be able to make somebody else smile. It's always been a comfort to me that when I am feeling really down, just to know that people that I care about are doing okay. Like my parents, or my partner, or my best friends. Just knowing that they're still living their lives and doing okay helps me feel like it's going to be okay. That I can get through things. And much in the same way, doing this show. Because it's like my way of being able to check in on all of you. And see that if you're here hanging out with me, then on some level, you must also be okay. And so I can be okay too. Maybe not necessarily doing great, but at least doing okay. Everything starts with doing okay. I hope that helps, Jamik. I know, it's a scary world. I know. Foolish Genius question, daily reminder to look for patch notes. Yes. Let's do that. Change log. Okay, I'm seeing the last update was still from Wednesday. So we have nothing new to cover. Nothing new under the sun, it seems. Oh, no worries, Jamie. I have always, on this show, taken an aside to get up on my soapbox about mental health and the philosophy of positivity. And it is something that I will likely always continue doing. Oh, by the way, I made a change to my mouse cursor. I set it to, like, a magnified, high contrast version. Does this help? This is helping me to be able to notice where my mouse is on the screen, on the very busy Idle Champions screen. There's always a lot of things happening in this game. So I'm hoping that this is also helpful for you all. Cursor is better? Awesome! Cursor upgrade helps? Awesome! That's what I like to hear. Little things, you know, little improvements over time to make the stream the best that it can be. Whipped Quasin. Question. I find I've kind of stopped progressing after hitting my soft cap. I get to it easier and easier, but I'm having a hard time passing E100 gold in any of the campaigns. Currently using Zorba's DPS. Okay. Yeah, so after hitting your soft cap, E100 gold, Zorba DPS, okay. So it sounds like it is time for you to do a few different things, Whipped Quasin. One, blessings. If you haven't finished getting all of your blessings yet, you should do so. Especially global blessings. That's something you can work on. Also, patron perks. It might be time for you to really grind hard for patron perks. Especially global ones. Don't forget about your Mojon Core. This is also very important, of course. I recently made some edits to my Mojon Core. I just, I was already full epic output on everything on my Modest Core, but I had pieces that were green colored, and I just replaced all of those with at least blue. So it's all blue and purple, and it just looks prettier now, I think. That's the only change I made. I just made it look prettier. So your Mojon Core, you can do improvements on there. And... die. There we go. Good. Thank you. Your Mojon Core. Remember your feats. If you haven't collected feats for the characters that you use primarily yet, you should do that. Whether they're gem feats or chest feats, just get more feats. Use them wisely. Use them where they're appropriate. Try different things. See what works best for you. And if all else fails, then it might be time for you to go shiny hunting. It might be time for you to spend all of your gems on silver chests and just start cracking them open 50 at a time. Try to go for just hunting down shinies for your evergreen champions. Provided you're actually using evergreen champions in that Zorbu DPS formation. I'm betting you have at least one or two in there. My crawl is in pain spec, Hypnotic Sheep. Hopefully that helps with Quazen. Doughboy7077. Okay. Question. What's your recommendation for top 3 characters to unlock for newer players to start pushing favor? Okay, I love... First of all, this is a new person, so welcome. Thanks for being here. Welcome to Idle Champions. Welcome to the show. I love that you asked for a specific thing. You didn't just ask for, like, what champion should I get? You asked for what top 3 characters to unlock for newer players to start pushing favor. Okay, so you're asking for power champions, basically. You don't, like... typically, I would be conflicted between, do I recommend really strong support characters, or do I recommend just, like, a really solid tank, or do I recommend, like, a good DPS, or... do I talk about speed champions for the next 5 minutes? You just want deep pushing? Okay, Averin. Number 1, get Averin. Krydle. Get Krydle, this one. He looks like this by default. But his Shadowfell skin is really cool. Also, I really like his pirate skin, actually. Let's do the pirate skin. There we go. Get Krydle. Not Krydle. Oh my god. Well, I mean, maybe. Today is a difficult day for recommending power champions. Get Averin, yes, seriously. Get Baloth, yes, seriously. Get Krydle? Maybe? You can get Krydle from the current event, so there's that. But apparently, he's infiltrated my brain now. I was looking at Baloth and recommended Krydle. Oh my god. What is happening? He's gone viral. Freely? Yeah, I think I'll say Averin and Baloth and Freely are all really, really good. Someone spiked that T. No, but it is the first time that I've ever had this one, so if it's having some kind of an effect on me, then I wouldn't know. It might. Whoa, 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 whoa! Is that a 40? No, that's a... Oh my god, okay, that's a 20-stack pilfer. I thought that was a 40-stack pilfer, and I started freaking out. It's a 20-stack pilfer. Alright, well... You know what we do with stragglers? We bring in Jim, and turn it into a chicken, and kill it, and move on. There we go. Alright, I'll leave you cool cats to that for a minute, while we continue playing up through Krydel's posse here. Krydel, Shaka, Dungeon Master. Okay, so I think I'd rather have Dungeon Master. Just because then I could also make use of Dungeon Master's special guest to possibly bring in someone else, like maybe Calliope. Who knows? So we're playing through Krydel's posse, or trying to. And specifically, we are trying to use only core characters plus Hitch plus the current event characters, which would be Krydel, Shaka, and Dungeon Master. Because this was essentially a request from last week. And this might be the final thing that I ever do on this account. Which I suppose then it's fine if I spend all of my potions on this. There we go. I'll just make it go faster. I won't use anything else. That way I'm not getting any actual power out of my potions. I'm just doing what I would be doing, but faster. Take out the vengeance. Litus, question. Any tips for Azaka farming without Jim, or a way to push back the boss? You have 0 ways of pushing back the boss? Incorrect. You at least have Ashara. Ashara's fireball can push things back. And while you have them pushed back, Havilar. Havilar in slot 10 is a tiefling fighter who can summon and then throw imps at enemies. That's her ultimate. And for whatever reason, when her imps explode, it does a slowing debuff on the enemy that is permanent and stacks on itself. So you can eventually get it up to the point where the enemy is completely frozen solid. Like they can't even move 1 pixel. They're just stuck. Totally stuck. So you can use Ashara at the very least for pushing them back. I mean, there's other people that can push them back, though. Yeah, Turiel. Even Grama Wall can push back a little bit. Ayla, Donar, Warden, Puent. Technically, they don't push back. They pull everything toward a specific point on the screen. But if enemies are at your tanks, then they are effectively pulled away from your tanks and thus basically pushed back. I'll take Leader of the Brigandare so that I can... Special guest star Whittle? Ah, gross. Because I can't. I can't. Yep. Well, that stinks. I'm forced to use Krydel here. Oh well. Yeah, this is rough. We're gonna be able to do it. I'm confident. But it's gonna be a challenge. It's really all about Havilar. And then literally anyone that can push back. Even just Ashara. Because you just need one. Just one shove. And just have a familiar on Havilar's ultimate. Just throwing that imp over and over and over and over and over. And eventually that'll do it. Hypnotic Sheep. What is Azaka farming? That's a great follow-up question, Hypnotic Sheep. So it's really cool. This is a strategy for gold farming that the community discovered years ago now. It was not the intended method of using the champion named Azaka. It is a method that people just figured out, and it works. And it became such a popular thing that so many people do, and the company is aware of at this point, of course, that one of our comics is about it, like it features Azaka farming as a concept, and Azaka even has a Farmer Azaka skin, which like effectively immortalizes the concept of Azaka farming in the game. Like, if she ever loses the ability to do that, then the skin wouldn't make sense anymore. But what it revolves around is there is a specific character named Azaka. She's a slot 12 champion. You unlock her about halfway through the Tomb of Annihilation campaign. She's an evergreen champion that you just get from beating an adventure variant over there. She's pretty cool. She recently got some upgrades. If you check the changelog down to champion balance updates, Azaka just got some DPS and support upgrades, which is cool. I was able to get past stage 1000 with Azaka DPS the other day, which felt pretty good. It's like, as long as I can clear stage 1000 with the DPS at this point, then I feel like they're at least okay. That they're not bad. I don't think she's competitive as a DPS. Not like... I can't believe I'm saying this. Cridle. It feels dirty. But she is still at least pretty good. And essentially, what it revolves around... I'll choose a specialization later. What it revolves around is bullying enemies for their lunch money. You set up a situation where, ideally, there's only one enemy left on the screen, because it was a boss stage, and they don't keep infinitely spawning most of the time. Some boss stages do, but 99% of them don't. You have one enemy left on the screen, and you mark that enemy with every single possible gold find increase, debuff, or effect that you possibly can. And then you stack up as many gold find increasing characters in your formation as humanly possible. And you take Azaka to the field, you take her Resist the Curse specialization, which makes it so that when she summons tigers for her ultimate, when the tigers attack enemies, it makes that enemy drop gold as if they had been killed. Put on some gold potions, put on some speed potions, put a familiar on that ultimate, and just let it go. And that's the concept in a nutshell. You set up Azaka with Resist the Curse specialization, set up a lot of gold find increasing characters, and any gold find debuff marking characters that you can use, like Donar. And then you just get a ton of gold by using Azaka's ultimate. That's it. It's not actually very complicated. It becomes more nuanced when you start worrying about what specific characters you are using for the Azaka farming formation. There are different philosophies, different approaches. This is going pretty well so far. I would show it off myself, but I'm not really in a good position to do so at the moment. I could do it on my Steam account. Speaking of, we should check on that. Oh no! Oh yes! More potion, please. Potion seller. I'm going into battle. I require your finest potions. You can't handle my potions, traveler. I've always really loved that one. Potion seller is really funny to me. Count Zero interrupted. Question, for the event, is it better to restart as soon as possible in order to get as many upgrades for Shocker, Krydle, and DM, or focus more on gaining favor? At first, more favor. Aim for E9, E10 favor. Like, push as far as you can. Get at least, like, E9 and E10 favor, if you can help it. I have found that on my Epic account, consistently, as long as I've been able to reach E10 favor, then I've been able to complete all of the content in each event that we've had. Like, that was enough favor to give me the gold that I needed to afford the upgrades that I needed to field the champions and upgrade them to the point where they would be powerful enough to clear all of the content for each event. So that would be my recommendation. Push for favor up to a point. And then just, when you're done with your variants, and it's time to do your free play farming, yeah, just reset after 50. Don't worry about pushing super hard. Hypnotic Sheep. So Krydle DPS might be a bug that'll be fixed? Possibly. But it's a bug that has supposedly existed for 2 years? 2 full calendar years? So if it is a bug, I'm hoping that they don't fix this, actually. Because it makes Krydle relevant. It's such a huge difference. I mean, look at this. I'm over 60 stages past my previous record. This is incredible. Now, this isn't like... It doesn't feel absolutely game-breaking. I'm not like 500 stages past my previous record. But it is, in fact, better than my Ashara DPS. It's just bizarre. You know what? Let's commemorate the occasion. Krydle, I can't believe I'm doing this, but buddy, you've earned it. Where are you? There you are. You've earned this, Krydle. Yeah, this feels appropriate, because it's all about his smoke bombs. Even though the smoke powder bombs item has nothing to do with his actual smoke powder bomb ability. Alright, Krydle. Enjoy. I'll give you some upgrades, too. There you go. You've earned it, buddy. This way, I'll always remember, even if something changes, even if something, like, fixes Krydle, I'll always remember the time when Krydle was the top dog. He had his day in the sun. This will eventually end up with Mars becoming an Artemis main. I mean, I feel like that's an inevitability. Like, no matter what path we take, I feel like it's just a matter of time until that happens. It's just a matter of, like, how long that takes. Did you miss the explanation of how Krydle DPS works? No, you haven't. Because I don't really understand it. I wish I could explain this to you. The thing that I have seen a couple of people say is that Krydle's Smoke Bomb, which is the secondary effect of his reverse pickpocket base attack, double dips on debuffs that are out on enemies on the field. So if that's true, then like his actual DPS value, like him just stabbing something and getting a kill, doesn't matter. It's all about his smoke bomb. But of course, you still want to power up his damage as much as possible. And then you just use a bunch of debuffers, which is what I'm doing right now. Fire stages take forever, I have learned, on this particular run. So I'm going to put this in the background again, and we're going to check in on my Epic account and see how this is going. Oof. We apparently died. But it's okay. We'll get better. Let's bring in Wild Shape. Human. Cool, I can do that. Hello, Jamila. You want to be here. You want to be here. I can't move Kreidel. Okay. This is definitely a weird formation. You're only allowed to use champions with a charisma score of 12 to 16 because the game is trying to force you into using Kreidel DPS for his Lead with Flare ability. Kreidel's damage is increased by 100% for each champion in the formation with a charisma score of 12 to 16. But then it's difficult because I'm not allowed to move him. I can't move him. Which complicates things, because From the Shadows increases the damage of all champions in the back two columns of the formation. The effect is doubled on Heroes of Baldur's Gate, including Kreidel himself. But the position that he's stuck in is not in the back two columns. So even though the game is trying to make us use Kreidel DPS, he is not getting one of his main buffs, because he's just not in the ideal spot for it. Love it if he was, but he's not. Oh well. Okay. Just checking on my Steam account real quick. They're still working on fires. So I'm gonna let them do their thing while we play on this. More questions. Who's the champion in the middle of the second column from the left? Hypnotic Sheep? On my Steam account. The champion in the middle, from the second column to the left. Are you asking about Penelope? She's wearing her Chwinga mask occasionally. That might be why you don't recognize her. But that is Penelope, half pint. She's adorable. And very strong, actually. Even a secret DPS, some say. Reds fan. Question, Mars, do you think since Ravenloft was the first 2nd edition re-release, then with Spelljammers and Dragonlance being converted to 5e, they might release Greyhawk, Dark Sun, and Al-Qadim as 5e? Doubtful. I figured, like, there was a chance that we would get Spelljammer. I'm surprised about Dragonlance. I was not expecting that. I'm not expecting Greyhawk, Dark Sun, or Al-Qadim, especially because there are elements of Dark Sun which are already taken care of, like bits and pieces that have been lifted out of Dark Sun and used elsewhere. So it might be like that's the legacy of Dark Sun, is just having like parts of it survive. I don't have a special attachment to it anyway. Truth be told, I don't have a special attachment to Spelljammer or Dragonlance. or anything like that, because I've mainly just done homebrew worlds and settings of my own. But, yeah, I doubt Greyhawk, very much doubt Dark Sun, very much doubt Alcadine. But never say never, you know? I really didn't think we were going to get Dragonlance 5e, and yet, here we are. It's actually happening. Okay, so this is going fine so far. Not especially challenging. And this was just using 9,962 event favor. So I'm not even at a scientific notation number yet. I will be when this is over, because apparently I'm gaining 3 E4 at least. It'll probably go up to E5 by the time I clear 175. But I expect that we'll be able to beat this. This is not an optimal formation. This is just the best I can do under the circumstances. But I have pretty well-geared Evergreen champions. Once I made the decision that, yeah, we're going to retire this account, I went ahead and spent all of my gems on chests and then opened them all up so that I could try to get whatever power I had left to claim. I did so. So that way we can review the end result of this account and talk about it. I still want to do that. I just want to get through 175 here first to prove that Krytal's Posse is possible, even with a very limited champion roster. Of course, I can't reduce my item levels, but I can at least just use the restricted champions. Okay. So those are done. Oh, okay. Count Zero interrupted. Question: what is click debuff? It's a more advanced strategy that was another thing discovered by the community. And it's contentious. It can be divisive. I feel like it's kind of outside the intended gameplay, because your champions aren't getting kills. Your click damage is getting kills. And I'm fine with that for the purpose of, like, Mojon automation or something, but it's used for going much further than your champions should be able to clear on their own. It would be like saying that your strongest champion is actually your click damage. We actually died on a boss here. I'm surprised about that. Get out of here, Uthgard Shaman. There we go. Moving on. So I'm starting to get a little bit more worried about our ability to actually get through this. We'll see. Alright. But click debuff is, like, you use a bunch of debuffers to mark enemies with debuffs so that the enemies take additional damage from all damage sources. And you click on them instead of relying on your champions to get kills. And you don't use Fire Breath, from what I understand. You manually click on enemies so that you can pick, like, specific ones that are getting marked with all these different debuffs. And there's different components to it. Like, you actively switch between debuffing teams and like a gold farming team. Because the idea is that you want to constantly be leveling up your click damage, because the click damage doesn't have a soft cap like your champions do. You just keep leveling your click damage to sky-high levels, and you're able to proceed very far because of it. But from what I understand, it's also very tedious to do. It can be very slow going. I don't do it. You don't see me doing click debuff on my show. Because it's, like, just, I don't know. I don't like it. I just don't like it. It would be just like I don't like playing with certain DPS characters. Like, I'm not gonna play... I'm not excited to play, like, Rosie DPS, for example. I'm not excited to play click debuff either. It's just not fun to me. It sounds like a pain, and I don't want to do it. Okay, now we're reaching a problem. Oh no. Cridle, you should have a feat. Dungeon Master's my DPS? Okay. Oh yeah, you're actually a gold pine character too. Alright, Cridle. We'll do your 10% all champion damage increase instead. And hope that that's better. Stun. Yay! Alright, getting there. It's a pain because I just don't have my full team. I don't even have a full formation out on the field. I still have 2 open slots here. I'm trying to force myself to only stick with champions that qualify for this. And only Evergreen plus Hitch. Like, core champions plus Hitch plus current event champions. Makes this one a bit spicy. But the challenge is fun. It's nice to have one last challenge on this account before we retire it. Count Zero interrupted. If you're truly interested in click debuff, Garwar can explain it better than I can. He actually understands it, and I really don't. That being said, I think it's also the case that what I'm playing on my Steam account right now is basically doing click debuff, but using Cridle instead of clicking. Because I've just got, like, a lot of DPS champions. I have a lot of debuff champions out there. Alright. Let's keep going. Weiss Rosen. Bit of a newbie here. Could anyone recommend good supports to work toward for a DPS? Yeah. I mean, it depends on your DPS. So, let's say, maybe just some good general supports, regardless of who your DPS is. Averin is a very powerful DPS in slot 11. I don't have him on this account. I do on my other account. Averin is an extremely powerful support character. Baloth in slot 4 is an extremely powerful support character. Or Kira in slot 1 is another very powerful support character. And healing. Okay, now we're starting to have problems. Now we're starting to have problems. Whipped Quace and Cridle on slot 4 is amazing. That's Baloth. I'm not gonna mix them up again. They can't all be Cridle. I knew that this would hurt my brain, to do this. And it is. It is. Ugh. It is proving to be problematic. Do I need to... Nope, I'm good. Okay. We're getting to the point where I have to use ultimates just to clear regular stages. That's scary. Might have to farm for a bit. I mean, we still have 35 stages to go. Oh no. Oh, very no. Oh dear. Alright, how can I... Hey, Jamila, do you want to... Yeah. Thanks. Alright, at least we're getting kills now. I no longer have all of Shaka's puzzle slots fulfilled, but I at least have some. I got Naeli and Dungeon Master and Jarlaxle. I've got 3 fulfilled. So at least that's good enough to work with. Alright, back to questions now that we're actually moving forward. Loyal Kreebop, I'm on Steam and have not done an event until this one in the last 2 years. Any suggestions on good champions to Timegate? Oh yeah, okay. Well, welcome back to Idle Champions, first of all. It always feels nice to be able to say that to people, because it's a more rare thing. But good to have you back. Good champions to Timegate is going to be probably speed champions. Just in general. Like, if you played 2 years ago, then you presumably already have champions that you can use for pushing in general. Like, hopefully you have, I don't know, Avron. I don't remember exactly when Avron released. Avron might have been in the last 2 years. But probably speed champions in general. Deacon in slot 1. Whittle in slot 2. Sentry in slot 4. Briv in slot 5. Human in slot 8. Oh, Shandy in slot 6. Almost missed her. Melf in slot 12. All of these are good. Good champions for... for speed mechanics. Basically, the faster you can play the game, the more swiftly you can clear through content. And since you've been gone for 2 years, there's a lot of content to catch up on. So that would be my recommendation for you. Woo! We cleared it, but after Tyrell died. Whew! That was close. That was very close. Jamie Ganyielding, would Viconia provide a bigger buff than Briv right now? Cleric of Shar seems excellent for Kreidel. It's worth a shot, huh? That's worth a shot. Let's check back in on Steam. Oh! We're at Beliar Riltav event. Okay. Alright. This one's nasty. Every time I've come up to this one, I've had to reset the boss fight multiple times until we have finally, like, killed off her initial horde of summoned enemies, and then pushed someone back far enough that they are close to her, and then killed both of them simultaneously. If I get it down to where she's the only enemy left on the screen, then I can't kill her. Alright, so the question from Jamik is, would Viconia be better than Briv for me at this point? Potentially. I'd have to move Grama up to take Briv's spot as a tank. And then I'd be worried about keeping everyone alive. Like, Briv is taking significant damage at this point. Like, despite having E9 health, like, he is actually taking dents to his health. Oh, we just killed a bunch. Cool. Okay. So I'm concerned. I'm seeing, like, E6, E7 damage on Briv. And Orkira is healing, like, E4, E5. Which, you know, helps, but is not going to make a huge difference when Briv is able to do, like, E8, E9 healing. Tell you what, now that we've got it down to just her, let's bring out Viconia. And, yeah, let's see if this makes a difference. Let's go... Holy Power! Let's see if this does anything. I'll let it go for like a minute, and then I'll reset the fight again. What music is playing right now? Oh, that was Prince of the Abyss instrumental. Alright, let's try this again. Now with Gromma at the front. I'm imagining we're gonna die. But we'll see. Grail-shaped. Would sliding Baloth up a row boost his benefit? Feels like swapping him or Kira would be useful. He wouldn't be buffing Krydle anymore if I did that. Grail-shaped. Because he'd be in the same column as Krydle at that point. So, like, I could then move Krydle back. Yeah, Gromma just died. So, I don't think using Viconia is going to be good here. I think we need Briv in just to stay alive at this point. So we could do like this, and then like this. There we go. Now, we'll see if that makes a difference. I doubt that that'll be a meaningful difference, though. Sheba Kevin. Question, can you explain eye levels and show me how to read them on blacksmithing screen? Yes, I can do that. Alright, so let's take any character, just some character. I'll just randomly choose Krydle, because he's obviously my theme of the day. So here's Krydle. Here's his slot 3 item, Cloak of the Blades. And you see right above, on the card, right above the name of the item, Cloak of the Blades, is level 220. That is the item level. The item level, along with the rarity tier of the item, in this case purple or epic, is what's used to inform how powerful the item is. So if you had a level 220 epic Cloak of the Blades on your Krydle, then it would also say effective Krydles from the Shadows ability increased 515.9%. It would match with mine. That is how you read item levels. Oh dear. Enemies have reached full enrage, which means there's 100 enemies on the screen. Oh dear. And the game is, like, totally freezing up. Oh, okay. Things happened. Yep, and now where you push a thing back, but she survived. So we have to kill everything and then push something all the way back to her and then kill them both at the same time. That's how I've been able to clear this so far. Not this time. Not this time, unfortunately. I'm just going to put Familiar on Beal and Grimm's Ultimate just so they keep doing it. Let's go back to my Epic account, which is less of a headache. Alright. Oh, Fire Stage. Okay, this is going to be ugly. Right, and as for actually checking out the item levels on your blacksmithing screen, just open up your inventory, find a blacksmithing contract. If you don't have a blacksmithing contract, open up chests, until you find one. I didn't get one. Let me do some more. Give me that. Just open up chests until you get... Oh, come on. Alright, fine. I didn't find a blacksmithing contract. This time. Oh, wait. I can do this. I can get my Electrum chest. Redeem my own code. There we go. Thank you, Krydle. Anyway, once you have a blacksmithing contract, find it in your inventory. Then just click on it, and click on Go. Now at this point, you haven't actually used your blacksmithing contract. All you've done is access this menu. You've accessed the screen that just shows you all of your champions with all of their gear and all of their item levels, including their average item level. You haven't actually committed to using the blacksmithing contract yet. You have to click on a champion, and then also click on level up. So there's a whole series of buttons you have to press to actually commit the blacksmithing contract. And at any point during this process, you can just X out of it, or hit escape on your keyboard to cancel the blacksmithing contract, and then you haven't actually used it. You still have it. Oh no. My team, they're dying. But once you're ready and you actually do want to use the blacksmithing contract, yeah, you just click on a character. Can't believe I'm doing this. And you click on level up. And it went to the cooldown for his ultimate attack. It's frustrating. It's not a high priority item by any means. That's it. And you can hover over the items on any of those characters on your blacksmithing screen to see the details. Like, here's my Brunor. It's just a really nice screen for checking out all of the gear on all of your characters. Weiss Rosen, what are Evergreen Champions and how do they interact with, you mentioned a Zorbu comp? So Evergreen Champions are just champions that are perennially available for you to unlock and use. For example, you start the game with Brunor, Battlehammer, the tutorial dwarf. We all love him. You start the game with Celeste. You start the game with Naeli, Jarlaxle, Calliope, Ashara, Minsk, Delana, Makos, Tyrell, Jamila, and Archon. Those are all Evergreen champions. Hitch is also an Evergreen champion, because you don't get him from an event, you get him from signing up for the newsletter. Azaka is an Evergreen champion, because you don't get her from an event, you get her by progressing far enough in the Tomb of Annihilation campaign. Really wish I had a healer out here. That would make a difference. This is actually getting hard now, just because of I don't have a healer or a shielder. If Dungeon Master had been nice to me and actually gave me like Calliope, that would have been so good. Maybe I should try using Shara instead. I can't even get Paragon out of this. Alright, we're going Potpourri. Go, Ashara! Try again, Ashara! Keep going until you win, Ashara. I'll just switch you back to... Dungeon Master if I have to, Ashara. Or maybe if I respec for human, just have her buffing instead of being my DPS. That might be better here. Oh, I wish I could use Minsk. Having that cleave would be so useful. Just clear everything out as I go, instead of just like one enemy at a time. Yeah, we're about to die again. Alright, I'm gonna respec Ashara. I've got enough potions for this and it doesn't matter anyway. I'm gonna lose them all when I reset. Alright, you're human now. And we're going back to Jamila. Yeah, I can't move Kreidel. I can't move him. He's stuck in this spot. Which is silly because it's not even the ideal spot for him, even though this is supposed to be his DPS spotlight adventure. You want him to be in one of the back two columns, but you can't put him back there. He's stuck in the middle. So even in his own spotlight adventure, he's doing it wrong. So Weiss Rosen, those are evergreen champions. Now, how do they interact with a Zorbu composition? Zorbu is a DPS character in slot 12. Here he is. Chaotic Good. Gnome, Ranger. DPS support character. High Dexterity. He buffs himself because he gets this ability, Hunter's Pack, which buffs the damage of everyone with Dexterity of 15 or higher. And he does buff himself with that. So that's how you could use him as a support, but he's better as a DPS. He hits everything in a line, like it pierces. It's like the only attack that works like that. Yeah, Jamila's working now, so we'll just keep going with Jamila, I guess. That's fine. I'm not picky. As long as we can get it done, that's all I care about. But Zorbu just works really easily. You just put him in the formation and put out people that do buff him and then forget about it. He doesn't have a high enough charisma for Hitch. Hitch wants you to use people with charisma of 14 or higher. Sorry, my accent came out there for a second. Usually I try my hardest to hide that. And yeah, if you're going to use Evergreen Champions to buff your Zorbu, you just arrange them in a position that they're buffing him. For Brunor, put him in the same column as Zorbu. For Naeli, put him in the column directly behind Naeli. For Tyrell, make sure that if your Tyrell's in wild shape form, that you put Zorbu within 2 steps of Tyrell. Behind him. And if he is in Moonbeam form, then you just put Tyrell wherever he has the fewest adjacent champions. That's it. For Makos, you go Dark Blessing specialization, and you put him in a spot that's just not adjacent. With the hat on, I never would have known you had accents. Hey, that was pretty good, Ted Cross. That was pretty good. Well done. So that's it, Weiss Rosen. You just set him up as a DPS like anyone else. He's one of the simpler DPS characters to use. Not like Ashara, who requires very specific champions. So Zorbu's just like, yeah, put whoever buffs Zorbu out there. Done. No one special Twitch. Howdy. Just started playing, and I'm a little confused. I completed up to Cursed Farmer, but now all quests I can do are deadly. How do I get good enough to advance? Well, first of all, good Dark Souls reference. I appreciate a good get good joke. The difficulty rating of all of your adventures correlates strictly to your favor in that campaign. So, like, right now, I'm playing an adventure that says difficulty deadly. I'm playing Kreidel's Posse. It says deadly difficulty, and yet I'm 23 stages away from beating this. Because the difficulty rating is a relic of an ancient time when this game was in, like, year 1. And it made a lot more sense to just tie difficulty directly to favor, and not to anything else whatsoever. But now, there are a multitude of different dials of power for your champions, whether it's their gear, or feats, or blessings, or patron perks, or your Mojon Core. Also, I just didn't have a Mojon Core on? Let me just fix that real quick. Okay. That's embarrassing. I didn't even have a Mojon Core on this. Now I do. Good. I need to go faster again. This isn't going fast enough. I need more! More fast. More fast, please. Thank you. Yeah, now we're going along. Yeah, who even needs Dungeon Master? Get out of here with that. Get out of here with that Dungeon Master. I need a bird. That's what I needed. I needed a bird. A rare parrot. So if you just want your difficulty rating to go down from deadly, it'll go down to challenging, and then fair, and then easy, and that's the lowest it'll go. You just have to keep pushing for favor in your campaigns. So like right now, if I ended this adventure, I'm going to gain a little over 2E5 favor. Right now I have like 9E3. Yeah, 9,962. Yeah. So I'm definitely getting an increase in favor, whether I pass or fail at this point. I'm gonna win. I'm just gonna have to keep an eye on my champions, keep leveling them up. My advice to you would be to only play adventures once the difficulty says easy. When you're a newer player, it matters a lot more. When you've been around for a little while, like this account is 6 months old, and I'm playing a deadly adventure and winning. Totally free to play. This account is totally free to play, by the way. Of course, knowing what you're doing matters too, like knowing how to build a good formation. I'm not the best there is at formation design, and I never claimed to be. But come on, I've been playing for 5 years. I think I can at least confidently, correctly say that I'm not bad at the game. But once you know what you're doing, you can ignore the difficulty rating more often. But when you're still new, abide by it. I would recommend that you avoid doing anything that's difficulty deadly at first. Try to get everything down to difficulty easy. Just keep pushing for favor by doing free plays until you get your favor up high enough that everything says easy. And then do the things. Fuera Pills. Did somebody already test what happens if you refresh Azaka's ultimate cooldown with the Dungeon Master? Does she now have 4 tigers? Or are the 2 more powerful, or it doesn't affect Azaka at all? I imagine that her current ultimate would basically just refresh. Like the timer on the tigers would just refresh. It would be effectively the same thing as having a familiar on her ultimate, activating her ultimate, and then using a potion of specialization to forcibly reset the cooldown on her ultimate, and it would just resummon the tigers. I could be wrong, but I suspect that that is what you would get if you were to do that. Oh, that was rough. Oh, yay, more. Just what I wanted. More problems. Okay. Y'all, this gets rough. These sprites. This sucks. This is hard at this point. Oh, you're welcome, Weiss Rosen. Good luck to you. I hope you enjoy your time with it. I'm glad my advice helped. Ugh. Alright. I need to get my ultimate timers back before we try that again. Sales the Great, greetings. To be honest, I'm very lost on what to do with on this game. What should I do? Okay, that's fair. There is a lot. It's a deceptively deep game, right? Like, on the surface, this kind of cartoony art style, and it's an idle, free-to-play game. Okay, yeah. But there's actually a lot going on here, and unfortunately, that also means it's easy for new players to feel like they're totally lost. Like, it's overwhelming. There's too much going on. So, to get started, the game is all about collecting characters and then utilizing those characters together in an adventuring party to clear the many different adventuring challenges that you are up against. There's hundreds, maybe even thousands at this point, of adventures, adventure variants, patron variants, events, time gate, adventures, and variants. There's a lot to do. And then there's Trials of Mount Tiamat, and the Split the Party adventures, and all that too. First of all, collect characters. So every time there is an event live, like there is currently, the most important thing to do is to pick up the 3 characters that are in that event. Unlock them. Get them. You still have 6 days, 3 hours, and 32 minutes to finish up the current event. Once you've done that, then you need to make a choice. You can either keep playing the current event, do some free plays for favor in the event, so that you can try to get... come on. No. Sorry, this is stressful, frustrating. I'm gonna have to wait for my ultimates again. Woo! You might just need more favor before you actually commit to this. The fact that I'm so close, I'm like 10 stages away from actually being able to clear this. Ugh! If I could just get through these stupid fairies, these pixies, sprites, whatever they are, then I could probably finish out the rest of it. Ugh! Anyway. Collect the characters from the current event. Then you need to make a choice. Either keep doing free plays so that you can get your favor up in the event high enough that all of the variants say difficulty easy, and then go do those variants so that you can get some more chest for those event characters. And then when your variants are done, go back to just playing free plays for the different event champions so that you can keep getting chests for them, so that you can keep getting gear for them. Alternatively, once you've unlocked the characters from the current event, you could just make a hard pivot back to permanent campaigns and just kind of acknowledge to yourself that you're not going to be able to finish the current event, and you'll have to wait until next year, because all the events run on a cycle. The running will return next year, and then you can do the content of the event next year instead of this year. So you can play through permanent campaigns, so just make your way down. As you clear adventures, you'll unlock access to variants. You'll also unlock access to new camps along the way with more adventures to play, and more adventures to play, and more maps with more adventures and more things to do. You'll get access to other campaigns entirely that also have their own maps with many different adventures to play. And that's really honestly the full nature of the game. You collect characters, and then you use them together to overcome adventures and variant adventures that you play. That's it. Oh, can we get it this time? Maybe, 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 maybe. Probably not. Ugh. This is a pain. This is a real pain. Okay, alright, let me think about something. Hold on. Let me think. Okay, if you go here... This is This is very weird. This is a very weird formation. But hey, if it works, then it works. Let's see if it works. Nelly was the one that was dying. Nope. I just thought, like, maybe if I could just get Tyrell out here. Oh, at this point... Oh, no, I can't use Makos. I thought, like, maybe I should use Makos instead of Shaka since I have so few of Shaka's puzzle slots fulfilled. No, he's dying. Yeah, this might be a wash at this point. Of course you can suggest something in Blue. Thank you for asking first. Respect Tyrell. Oh, respect Tyrell to Moonbeam! Genius. Actually genius. Alright, hold on. Let's do that. Tyrell. Moonbeam. This way I at least have some healing. He's still gonna come under attack here. No, if you respec Shaka, it doesn't reset his puzzle. It makes it so that, you will... You'll get the same puzzle every time that you respec him. This is hard. Okay. If I need Tyrell healing Naeli, but then I need Naeli in the column behind, or I need Naeli in the column in front of my DPS, being Jamila. But then my DPS being Jamila, I want Brunor in the same column, which he's not. This is hard. Jamila to the back, move the tank line to the back. Yeah. Yeah, like we started to get weird with it a few minutes ago. Try that again. Came for the chest, stay for the content. Thank you, Tintel's a lot. Yeah, that's what I hope for, you know, is to entertain and educate. I want to help people and amuse them as I do so. Okay. All of this hinges on Kreidel. I can't move him. I can't swap him out. I can't make him leave. I can't do anything about Kreidel. So, can I set up Kreidel as my DPS? Is that an option? Can I get Tyrell over here? No. No, it's not working. That's not going to be enough. Nope. I definitely got E42 earlier. See what my actual, like, strike damage is here. E38. E41, Jamila. You know, Jamila's back here away from Naeli. Okay. You went Kreidel DPS and you got it done. Really? Charge and mill swap? Sure. DPS definitely went down. How about strike damage? That's just going down. I'm not seeing that go up. Okay. Is it just bad luck? Did I just really... Like, if I just swapped in some other champions here, if... I'm holding myself back intentionally. If I played with other champions, I would win this in a heartbeat. Yeah. Yeah, I don't... This is not an Ashara DPS formation by any means. I can't get Makos out here in place of Shaka. I can't get Dylan out here in place of Hitch. Sure, Brunor. Sure. I feel like I'm just stuck at this point. Thankfully, I don't have to clear this. It's just my own stubborn pride getting in the way. Why am I holding myself back? Because this was effectively a request. Mr. Remorse last week asked, Crybal's Posse as a new player getting stuck at stage 100, how can I push through with not many champions? So I chose to go through this with only core champions plus Hitch plus current event champions. Oh, I am using a Mojon Core. That's a good point, Hypnotic Sheep, yeah. A new player wouldn't have a Mojon Core, so I should also take that off. So is it possible? Definitely. I think what's really holding me back right now is just the fact that I don't have much favor. Let's see what happens if I switch to this background party. So I think I pushed this up. Well, I at least definitely have more favor on this. Yes, we'll end this. Alright. So with E4 favor, is that going to be enough? Oh, right. Terrible formation design. Hold on. We get some more gold this way, so we can power people up. That's better. Ooh. You know what I could do? I could just move Tyrell up periodically to get healing on Naeli, and then put Jamila back so that we can hit things again. This might do the trick. Oh dear. And then I just mess it up immediately. But at least we cleared the stage. So I'm now working with 6E4 favor instead of 9E3. That's definitely an improvement. Maybe we can actually finish it with this. That would be nice. Let's go faster again. Because yeah, I don't have to worry about overspending potions on this. Alright, back to questions. Feel they're gonna have a lot of leftovers for tomorrow. Sorry, everyone. I'm not at my best today. There we go. Lokian T. Which is better, familiars or gold chests? I mean, it depends on, like, where you're at in the game. Which one's going to be better for you. If you already have, like, 50 familiars, then, yeah, you don't need any more. You should probably just go for chests. Unless you just like collecting familiars, which would explain why you have 50 in the first place, I suppose. But if what you need is equipment for just power, if you just need an increase in power, then you should go for chests over familiars. Familiars don't make you stronger. They just help to automate things. They reduce the tedium of the game by clicking on things for you. That's all. And which also makes the game go faster because they can pick up items for you. Which keeps you from having to spend the precious seconds of picking up stuff that's off the floor. and all of those little few seconds of every stage picking things up off the floor really adds up to a lot of time saved after days, weeks, months, years. Stop killing my Naily, please. I don't like it. Don't kill my Naily. Thank you. Okay, good. So we're so close. You can tell I'm getting really focused on this because I'm trying to get the timing right on everything. Ah! Come on. No. Alright, maybe if we farm for gold on this stage and then we can move up. Ugh. I didn't expect that this would take so much time today. I thought that we'd have more time to talk about other things, but doing this variant has really made me miss out on some things I see. Mars, read the chat. It's hard. It's so hard because like there's the questions document and there's the game itself, which I have 2 different games, and then there's the Twitch chat. It's a lot, but I try. It's a constant juggling act. Okay, at least we killed the boss. Nail it to devotion spec. Worth a shot. It would certainly help keep her alive. Thank you, Belle. That's what folks are saying. Thank you. Just stay alive, Naily. She dies as I'm asking her to stay alive. Classic Naily. Alright, it's certainly helping her. I mean, yeah, there's always potions. There's always potions. That's always an answer, and that's something that I try to steer Sean toward on Formation Save. It's like, what? We can always use potions. Don't forget about potions. They exist for a reason. There's always potions. This is my own stubborn pride getting in the way. Thank you, chat. That is a better position for Tyrell. All right, if we could just get this done. Would love to just finish this. That'd be so great. It's so close now. It's so close. Yeah, we actually did get another slot filled there. Nice. Oh, we actually ended up with all of my slots filled for Celestial Puzzle. I was not expecting that. Given how difficult this has been to arrange. I do believe in the heart of the cards. And the appendix of the dice. And the brain of the chess set. And the left ring finger of Mancala. Brian Kozak, question. Sorry, missed the beginning of the show. What is the key point making Krydle DPS work? We believe that Krydle's Smoke Bomb, which is a secondary effect of his attack, his basic attack, is double dipping into debuffs. And the result of that is debuffs are just working more effectively than they should. And so somehow, despite everything, Krydle DPS is relevant. Alright, this may be the final battle. Stay alive. Stay alive. I specifically asked you to stay alive, Naeli. Come on. Alright. Fine. We're farming for gold then. Doughboy, is using a blacksmithing scroll on an item under Epic pretty much meaningless? Oral upgrades translate if an item is replaced with Epic Legendary. It is not meaningless. You inherit your item levels. You keep everything. Everything matters. A lot of people tend to assume that you lose stuff, but that is not the case. Don't forget to move Tyrell for healing. The problem is that I don't really have time to. I don't really have time to move Tyrell for healing. By the time the boss has reached me... Oh, yep, like, already... I misplayed there. I swapped to the wrong spot because I thought Tyrell was still in the previous spot. But it was still over. Okay, there. Switched. Now I gotta get Jamila back out here to hit something again. Okay, now get... Oh, dead again. I just gotta keep my bud up enough. Not butt captions, bud. I gotta keep my bud up high enough for my ultimate damage to stay relevant. Do you think I should go back to barrel? I mean, yeah, I guess. I can always, like, respec in the middle of the fight if I have to, for that matter. We certainly have the damage now. Nope. That didn't do it. Like, we have the damage to get this done if we can just stay alive long enough to make it happen. Nope. Alright, so while I struggle with this, Jacoby, I'm sort of wondering how accurate the DPS counter at the top is, because Charlaxle seems totally redonkulous, though maybe it's because it's just early. It's pretty much accurate. The DPS counter at the top isn't the best thing to go by. Really, the number down here, your bud, is the most accurate representation of your damage output. Yes, I could add another champ, Raphael, but... I mean, at this point, I'm gonna have to, I think, just so that I can stop tearing my hair out over this. Yeah, I'm not at level cap. I'm not anywhere close to level cap. Not even close. Jarlaxle is doing redonkulous damage, as you put it, Jacoby, because that's basically how this game works, is that you ultimately have one character that's doing all of your damage, getting all of your kills. Maybe? No. We are having greater success with Moonbeam Tyrell, so I'm going to go back to that. Alright, potions. Potions. At this point, potions. I'll take medium health potion, medium damage potion, and we'll see if this is enough. Okay. Oh my god. Finally. Yes. Never doubt the power of potions. Never doubt the power of potions. Oh, wow. Yeah. So even if you're a newer player, if you're struggling with something, an event variant, just don't forget that potions exist. This was hard. This ended up being very hard to do by the end of it. I mean, I was down 2 entire champion slots, right? Yeah. I only used Core, plus Hitch, plus current event champions, which really was just Kreidel and Shock. I didn't even use Dungeon Master here. Jamila ended up being my DPS, and what really made the difference was just putting on a medium potion of health and a medium potion of damage. And that was working with 6e4 favor. So if you have more favor than that, you should be fine. You should easily be able to have more favor than that. Yeah. Thank you all for your patience with that. Whew. That was rough. Yeah, let's check back in on the Steam game. Yep, still stuck at 1350. Probably not going to get any further than this. I've also just kind of lost interest in it at this point. I've proven the point, which is, this is ridiculous. Krydle DPS is actually relevant. Somehow, despite everything, Krydle has somehow found a way, secretly for all this time, to be a good DPS. So he was just back there laughing at us every time we ridiculed him. He's actually relevant, apparently. You just use a team that's heavy on the debuffs while also giving Krydle plenty of stacks for his own buff. See, I've got 7 stacks of Charismatic Leader currently. Krydle DPS, give it a shot. Try it yourself. Your results will vary, of course, but hopefully you'll at least enjoy it. It's worth experimenting with, at the very least. Oh, we got damage on her! Oh, and 20 Pilfer stacks! Hey, Azaka, how you doing? How you doing, Azaka? How you doing, Azaka? I might be interested. Azaka, we've been trying to reach you about your car insurance. I might be interested in doing a little something here. That's not actually affecting her attack timers, is it? Just her movement. And since she's a stable boss anyway, she doesn't move at all. That's probably not helping it at all. Alright, Freely, I'm gonna switch up your feats here. We might only get like 1 set of tigers out, but it might be enough to make a difference. Let's see what Azaka farming with 20 Pilfer stacks on stage 1350 looks like for my favor. So I'm currently got 2E57 favor that I'm gaining. Azaka farm, go! And people are immediately dying. But, nope. Nope, people died before we actually got anything out of that. Wah, wah, wah. Oh well. Yeah, it looks like click debuff, yes. We're actually just not clicking, we're using Krydle instead, which I'm okay with. My problem with click debuff is it made champions... It felt like it was making champions more irrelevant because it was replacing champion damage with clicking. But this, you're replacing, well, you're not replacing champion damage because it is champion damage, it's Krydle. It's Krydle! Somehow, despite it all, it's Krydle on top at the end of the day. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. Try it yourself, see what happens. You can get Krydle for free right now, because he's in the current event. Alright, Freely. Let's pack it up and bring this home. We will formally retire the Epic account tomorrow. We ended up not having time to talk about everything, so we'll do that tomorrow morning instead. And then hopefully for the Wednesday afternoon show tomorrow, I'll be able to actually launch that brand new Epic account. So here's my final stats. Apparently Beetle ended up being my highest attack dealt champion. Okay. 1 E6 monsters killed. 50 bosses killed? That ain't right. That's definitely not right. Damage dealt E358. Yeah. Cool. That's that. So, thank you everyone for joining me for this episode of Mars Guiding Hand. If I didn't get to your questions, then they will be leftover questions to start the morning show with tomorrow. Thank you for your patience and understanding. Sorry if I didn't get to you, but there will be time tomorrow. Catch all the other awesome shows that we have right here on the CNE Games Twitch channel. Coming up is Formation Save. I gotta get out of here for that. We do not have Champion Psychology today because they just finished up a season. It will return, but not yet. Bardic Inspiration is later, and then, oh yeah, I'm gonna be on Bushwhacker stream today, by the way. Surprise! So I'll be back in the evening, 3:30 Pacific. I'll be back for the Bushwhacker stream, so catch me there. I forgot to even mention that earlier. Find me on Twitter at Ryan Blake Hall. Follow Idle Champions on social media wherever you want to. Thank you, Conan Entertainment. Thank you, Jordan, for moderating, producing, and catching questions. And thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you, Darjeeling Tea, for being delicious. Wherever you are in the multiverse, especially on a day like today when things are scary and bad, be safe, be kind to each other, be kind to yourself. Make the world a little bit better as much as you can help it. And until next time, look sharp. Bye! Oh, I'm sorry, it's past midnight for you, Niscus. Niscus. You can always catch the VOD. Yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Make the best of it, you know? Take a walk. I think I'll take a walk, too.